All right. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. I was setting up still. I was running late today. Today was a crazy day. Well, first of all, let us take away, let's put that up, and then take away the starting soon. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dark Avenger Live. It has been quite some time since I've done a Dark Avenger Live. Also, I've learned a lot about my blue microphone. I learned this a few days ago thanks to my good friend Kat explaining exactly where the microphone is. So you won't be seeing it like this anymore in my videos because it's not supposed to be like that. And you probably can hear me way better. Now, I am streaming today or tonight on both YouTube and on Twitch. Unfortunately, through StreamYard, you can't see the Twitch chat. So I have my Twitch chat up over here. So anyone who's talking in Twitch, if there is anybody talking, if you notice I'm looking this way, or this way, I should say, that's because Twitch is down here while the YouTube chat I have over here. So we got a lot to talk about now. I made this impromptu announcement about Dark Avenger Live being back. It's Friday the 13th. There's so much going on in and out of the comic book world. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. And if anybody shows up, awesome. If not, hopefully as time moves on and as Dark Avenger Live becomes a consistent live show again, all of you will pop on and chat with me about comic books, video games, and everything else. Now, speaking of video games, I am going to be streaming on Twitch after this stream because it's Friday the 13th, and I promised everybody a really awesome Friday the 13th stream. Unfortunately, because today was a crazy day for reasons that I will, and I'm sure most of you already know about, I won't be able to do the games I wanted to do because I couldn't install them. I wasn't home to install them. So instead, I'll probably end up doing some Sea of Thieves. Maybe I'll do some Fortnite as well. I'll see if I can do another game in between all that, or instead of one of those two other games, I have to figure out what's on my Xbox and see what I can do from there. Also, I want to see if any of my friends are around. So if they want to play, we can do that too. But I love how as I'm bringing everything back, and as I was talking about getting back into my comic reviews again, which I'll talk about that, I have a lot to talk about this live show. So there's a lot of stuff that I can carry this live show discussing. Again, I hope somebody will pop in and we can have a nice discussion for a little bit. But let's talk about the matter at hand, and that is that I don't think the coronavirus is the most dangerous thing in the world anymore. I honestly believe it's the people at this point, as stores and everything. I mean, if you've been on Twitter, you've seen the hashtag panic buy. The people are panicking and buying out the stores, literally the supplies, the food, everything. And today we went around going crazy just looking for stuff that we normally get for our house. And a lot of things are sold out. What's up, Mongo Eminem123, aka James? How you doing, James? DA Live, boy. Yes. Oh, James, did you change your picture? Put your picture on there. But yeah, so that was why today was just a very, very busy day for me. So I didn't get a chance to install any of the games I wanted to. But the good news is that I have a lot of games installed anyway, so we can deal with that as we move on. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're more in trouble now because people are panicking than we were with the virus spreading, but lots and lots of things are being closed down. I'm honestly waiting. I feel like a lot's going to be going on from now until about June. And what worries me is in June is when A, there's E3, and then B, there's San Diego Comic-Con. So is San Diego Comic-Con going to cancel? And I have a very strong feeling that they actually might be doing that. I did the old one was, that could, gotcha. I understand. So I hope they don't end San Diego Comic-Con, but I feel like when it comes to the comic book industry, they'll still do something online. I hope that with the gaming community, with E3 being canceled, that the game companies still do something via online as well. I know that Nintendo is going to definitely have a conference in June because they always do that. I'm pretty sure that PlayStation will probably follow suit, and then that just leaves Xbox. So we'll have to wait and see if Xbox actually does something JD, who is on Twitch. See, I knew it. The comment didn't pop up. Sorry I couldn't stick around, dude. I'm in the middle of driving and ending my shift. Hopefully I can join you later. Absolutely, JD. Hopefully we'll have JD either sailing with us or Fortniting with us. James also has Xbox, so maybe we'll have James sailing and or Fortniting with us. More than likely, it's going to be sailing, because with sailing, there's a lot of stuff that you can do that's Friday the 13th-esque. And that's another thing. It's Friday the 13th. A lot of people consider this day unlucky. A lot of people don't like this day. A lot of people avoid it. A lot of people find an excuse to dress up like Jason and go around doing crazy things. For me, 13's always been my favorite number. So when it comes to Friday the 13th, and it's a rarity, I mean, very few times a year do we have a Friday the 13th. It's one of those days where I can do something really special, and bringing Dark Avenger Live back 2020 is definitely one of the things that I wanted to do. And JD says, again, I'm sorry, I have to look down to hold this. On the topic of Xbox, they did send me an email saying they're doing an online thing on Mixer on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm guessing Tuesday and Wednesday, JD, in June you're talking about, like when E3 would be, or Tuesday and Wednesday, this coming Tuesday and Wednesday? Because if it's this coming Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to have to make sure that I am available to see what they're going to be talking about. I don't know, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that are at home. See, for people like me that work from home, this is not breaking the norm. I'm all up for that. Awesome, James. See, for people like me that work from home, this is not really a bad thing when the government and everybody else tells you, hey, stay at home, you know, don't go out if you don't have to. It's like, okay, I'm that's going to allow for more live streams, more discussions on YouTube, more discussions for comic books, more streaming as far as games. I mean, that's fine by me. And with all my friends being home possibly as well, gives us more time to do more fun collaborations and videos as well. So I look at this as, yes, it's a stressful time. People are definitely making it more stressful, but we definitely can find the silver lining, as they say, in this situation. I'm sorry, I forgot to grab my soda. I'm a prepared boy. I literally had the starting soon up forever, and I still managed to forget my soda over there on that table, even though I was fighting to get this live show started. So, nope, this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. So it looks like this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to have to make sure that I am around Mixer. This way I can see the conference that Xbox is having, because I'm interested in seeing what Xbox is going to be. 2-1, they're going to be promoting the Series X for sure. But with all this stuff going on in the world, I hope it doesn't delay the new consoles, or at least it doesn't delay the Xbox. I can live if PlayStation wants to wait an extra year. That's okay. I can live with that. At least this way we'll have a little bit of time and a way to save up money between consoles. But I have a feeling PlayStation is still going to launch in holiday 2020 as well. It would only make sense, especially because all of their games are scheduled to move over to the next system. So, I mean, we'll see what happens when it comes to that. I'll forward you the email later. Oh, awesome. Catch up with you soon. Okay, JD, catch up with you soon. Definitely keep an eye out. If I'm on Twitch and you see I'm gaming, just hop into the party and we can, we'll, even if we're on a sloop, we'll switch to a brig or whatever, and we'll definitely get you in the game. So that being said, though, I hope all of you are having a safe time right now with all this stuff going on, all this stuff going around. I know a lot of people are having very hard time, very tough situations. I see a lot of people messaging on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter talking about, you know, I just wanted to buy my regular paper towels or my regular tissues or whatnot, and they're not getting it because people are going crazy right now. And to those people who are hoarding and going crazy, please, guys, calm down. You know, I feel like my hat is in the wrong position. There it goes a little bit. Sorry about that. Please calm down and allow other people to have supplies. Don't hoard them all to yourself. All right, I'm going to stop talking about current events because this isn't what this show is about, though. This show is about the comics. This show is about the video games, and this show is about everything else. And let's start off with the article that I finally had a chance to post that went live literally yesterday, where I announced that Dark Avenger Live is back, or was coming back this Friday. And let's actually talk about Dark Avenger Live after that as well. But article was about a lot of things that have been on my mind. Again, I was going through a very interesting time of my life the past couple of years, and I definitely feel like we tried a lot of things with this channel with Dark Avenger C86. Now I'm simulcasting, so for those of you watching on Twitch, right now I'm talking about my Dark Avenger C86 YouTube channel. So when I talk about the channel, or when I mention the channel, I'm talking about that. As far as Dark Avenger Gaming goes, Dark Avenger Gaming has been very strong. We've been moving forward really great. Awesome community. I'm really happy with all the friends that I've made along the way. And who knows, I might actually start doing some streams like this for Dark Avenger Gaming as A, time moves on and we discover what chaos is, and B, if everybody enjoys stuff like this. Now, obviously, I will not be archiving this video on Dark Avenger Gaming because this video is being archived right now as we speak on Dark Avenger C86. So when this goes away on Twitch, it's going to be on Dark Avenger C86, so I don't feel like I need to put it on Dark Avenger Gaming as well, so I won't be. So if you're watching this post live on Twitch, you can go over Dark Avenger C86. It'll be there forever, like all the other Dark Avenger live shows. But let's talk about the channel. The channel, Dark Avenger C86, has gone through many changes, and I've discussed this. There was a whole thing I did last year where it was all about, I'm the Dark Avenger. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was 2 years ago. It feels like it was last year, but it was 2 years ago where I came back into who I was, as far as who I was online and what my channel was all about. And then a year later, at the 500th Dark Avenger comic book review, I ended the one consistent show that was on this channel and was going to go into a different direction. I was going to go into a different schedule. It was still going to be all about the comics. It wasn't changing the channel at all, but it was bringing new series to the channel and trying to breathe new life into the channel, and scheduling. Definitely everything was going to be on a schedule, which I had, and it was actually posted on several videos as we started that schedule. Unfortunately, at this time, where the 500th Dark Avenger comic book review ended and all my new plans began, as you all knew prior to that, my father was diagnosed with cancer, and that took me away from doing a lot of the stuff I wanted to do online, because everything became focused on, family first, and dealing with all the situations that came after finding out that news. And a lot of things happened in between the time where we found out about my dad's cancer and where we are today. Unfortunately, though, also, as you all know, I'm very passionate about comic books. I love comic books. I love the collectibles I collect. I love all that stuff. But over the course of several years, not 1 year, not 2 years, honestly, it started before the news with my father even. And honestly, it happened a while ago. It happened with this channel as we kept changing, as things kept changing. It went from a comic review channel to an everything channel I tried, back to a comic review channel, ended it and was going to make it a vlogging channel, and then brought it back to comics again. I feel bad for everyone who was a part of that crazy ride that literally spiraled this whole channel into the Great Depression, so to speak, because a lot of people ended up leaving the channel because of all the crazy stuff that was going on and changes. And then finally, deciding this is a comic channel. It was created as a comic channel. We're going to keep it a comic channel. Things were just hectic. And I feel like, again, I don't want to repeat the article that I wrote, because I said a lot of stuff in there, and I don't want to make this live show all about that. But long story short, my heart somehow along the way was starting to get burned. I wasn't my heart, more of my passion started to feel like a burnout, and I couldn't figure out why, because I've always loved comics and I've always enjoyed reading them, and it started to become a burnout. I started to feel more like I was looking at situations, at comics, and at things going on as, oh, they're doing this, or oh, doing that, and in a very not negative light, but at the same time, I wasn't seeing as many of the positives as I once was, as I am today. And a lot of that was due to influence. A lot of that was due to frustration and everything else going on in my mind, because from the goal of this is for fun, and I want to keep people informed about comic books, and I want to have a good, fun comic discussion, it became me chasing goals that were goals I never should have had, never would have had, and it was just crazy. So in light of what's been going on the past 8 months now, I started to realize a lot of things. I started to realize and see how negative I started to become towards reviews, and how I love reviewing comic books. And the 6 months that I didn't review books, I did do it on obviously Comic Book Weekly, which was Frontline Live that became Comic Book Weekly. But I still felt like there was something missing. And with that new schedule, like I was saying, my father was getting worse and worse, unfortunately. As the schedule started, the new schedule started, my father started to decline at a rapid rate. And this started around September, and it went all the way through until he passed away in January. But in that time, in that realization that the schedule I made was not something that I could do, that it didn't feel right for me when it came to Dark Avenger C86, I started to realize that I didn't need to really truly change a lot of what I was doing on Dark Avenger C86. What I did on Dark Avenger C86 before, where it was starting to show results, was what I should have stuck with. Oh wow, we just got like a bunch of messages. Hi Tevye, what's up? Sorry. Sorry for you. Oh, thank you, Tevye. I appreciate that. That was back in January, though, when we were talking. So I started to realize then, as Dad was getting worse, that A, something was off, and B, what I was doing before truly and honestly was what this channel was about. So it was, I would say, a couple of weeks after my father passed away, I started to debate about bringing the Dark Avenger comic book review back, because I was doing nothing on this channel. This channel was, once again, nothing going on it. And for some reason, I don't know how, the Welcome Back Kotter theme, I heard it somewhere, it started playing, and that's where I started to feel the influence of, the welcome back. So I decided to try bringing the Dark Avenger comic book review back, but keeping some of the ideas that I had for the newer review series. Like, I wasn't going to go into detail. If I missed a week, it'd be okay. I wasn't going to make it so that I had to do a review every single week. And it made the review flow better for me. I knowing that I didn't have to do it every week, I guess, made me feel less stressed about putting out a review. And I still ended up putting out a review every single week. And this week I'm already mostly through my books. I started reading my books faster, and I'm loving it. Were tons of fun. They still are tons of fun, Tevye. They're not a were anymore. They're back. And with the review coming back, I figured everybody started asking, is Dark Avenger Live coming back? As a matter of fact, right after my very first review, people were like, oh, you brought the Dark Avenger comic book review back. That's great. What about Dark Avenger Live? And Dark Avenger Live, this show has seen a bunch of different days. I've done it on Mondays. I've done it on Fridays. I'm doing it on Friday this week. But what does that mean for the future with Dark Avenger Live? I think that I like a Friday format. I like it being at the end of the week where everybody is ready to enjoy and have a good time on the weekend. I know a lot of people like to go out on Friday nights, but you know what? Friday night's always been my night. Monday nights, honestly, I like Mondays for the Dark Avenger comic book review. So I actually feel like the Dark Avenger comic book review will remain on Mondays. This show will remain on Fridays. And I am working on something in between Friday and Monday. And that is to be announced later. Unfortunately, with everything going on right now in the world, we were just talking about this, that series is not going to be coming out as soon as I wanted it to. It's actually being pushed back. And it has to be with, there is going to be not being in the house involved. I don't want to spoil it. I know that I talked about it with my Frontline family / crew, And Kat actually gave me a really awesome idea. So unfortunately, I wanted to do it within the next month or two. It's now looking to be that it's being pushed till, I'm hoping by June things will be better, that people can go out again more, that the virus will kind of get under control. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and find out, but I'm hoping that as soon as everything starts to clear up and people are less afraid to go out, and as the virus is not around, as soon as that happens, we will get that series started. Again, I'm hoping sooner rather than later, but we have to go by what's going on with the coronavirus right now. This was going to be a huge year for me, and it still is. I still consider that this is still going to be huge. We're going to make it work. But unfortunately, for this one series that I am really super excited to start, we're going to have to play it by ear when it comes to the virus going on. What's up, Ryan? We got Ryan in chat. Gotta get you a profile picture, man. So I do have another series. I am planning to do it as soon as everything clears up. I just have to wait. Now, there is something I am going to be doing next week, and that is previews. I've wanted to do a previews rundown as a live show, of course, for the longest time. And I did do it one way. Oh, Tevi's not happy. I'm sorry, Tevi. You're gonna have to wait, but I promise you, as soon as everything clears up, and it will, I have faith it will. Dan's in the comments. What's up, Dan? But I have faith once everything clears up, Tevia, don't worry, you'll get to see your returning series. Again, everything I do this year is not something brand spanking new. If it does seem new, it's probably because I ended the series a long time ago, and it's just now making its way back to the forefront. Previews, though. Now, this is what a lot of people are going to be like, Chris, isn't that new? The answer is an honest no. Originally, I was going to do it on this channel, but I decided to do it on Comic Frontline. The series didn't work out because it went away. It went a direction that I didn't like, and at the time, the person I was working with, we were working with the series, and we ended up falling behind, and I wasn't liking the format anyway. I understand, man, and as I said, I'm scared with this virus. Of course, who isn't scared right now? Honestly, the people scare me more than the virus, but let's hope that the people get their panic. What's the word I'm looking for? People control their panic. This way, the virus doesn't spread faster, and this way, people that don't go to the store to hoard food will have food to eat. People and toiletries. Just because there's a virus out there doesn't mean you need to have a toilet paper teepee in your house, or at this point a toilet paper castle. Virus is bad and widespread but highly curable. I know it is, exactly, Dan. A lot of people have survived it. The news is not releasing the positives that are going on connected to the virus. They are only releasing the negatives. And I understand they want to try to keep us all informed, but at the same time, there's a lot of good and a lot of people who are surviving and moving on, moving past it. And that's something that people need to know, that a lot of people are surviving. People are dying, but people are surviving. So back to this show. Dark Avenger Live is going to be, again, every Friday night. Now, I am going to follow the same type of rules and formula as with the returning Dark Avenger comic book review series. If I can't do a Friday, I obviously will mention it on social media, but just because Dark Avenger Live is on Fridays, if something comes up, if something happens, if, for example, there's nothing for me to discuss, or if something happens and I'm busy, Dark Avenger Live will be canceled, and I will mention it on social media. This is slated to be Fridays. I want to be as consecutive as I can, and I want to be consistent. I want to be as consistent as I can when it comes to this series and the Dark Avenger comic book review, because in starting this and the Dark Avenger comic book review over again, it opens the door to other series. Now, previews is something, like I said, I was doing on Frontline, and it didn't work out the way I wanted, and the format wasn't the way I had envisioned it. Next week, I'm sorry, I jumped all across the board with that. Next week, I will be doing a previews video set. I will be doing 3 videos, one for DC previews, one for Marvel, and then one with the main previews book. And I will be doing them live, and the camera will not be on me. I will have the camera on the book, and I will be going through the previews, talking about what books I'm going to be reading, what books I'm going to be picking up physically, and what books I'm going to be waiting on for graphic novel, for trade paperback or whatever. And everyone is welcome to come on. I'm doing it live on purpose so we can have a discussion as I'm going through the previews books. Now, obviously, it won't be on a Monday because that's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review Day. It won't be on a Tuesday because that is Comic Book Weekly. So I'm guessing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are going to be the 3 days that we slate for the previews book, unless I double up one of those days with one preview and the other. Let's see what happens. I do have a poll out, though, because I want to know what book you want me to do first. And then if there is a first, second, and third place, because 2 of the books right now are running dead tied for second place. One book is very definitive for first place, but the other 2 are literally a dead tie right now. So I'll have to, pick which book goes second then. But if you'd like to vote, the poll is out. The poll is active. I have it on my social media. I have it on the Dark Avenger Nation group, which I'll talk about that later on. If you haven't voted already, go to the poll, make your voice heard, because the poll is ending on Sunday. So this way I know in advance what book I'm going to do first. If your book doesn't win, don't worry. I am doing all 3. I just want to know what book everybody would like me to do first or discuss first. There's a lot. Honestly, if there wasn't so many books, if there wasn't so much, if I knew the show wouldn't be like a 3-hour show, I would do it all in one video. But I think doing a video per book is easier for the viewers who are watching post live, and B, it's a better size video than a gigantic, huge video where it's 3 books combined. How about review Deceased? Well, when Deceased comes out, it'll probably be on the Dark Avenger comic book review, because I reviewed the first volume. I believe the first volume came out while the review was ending, and I did review it, and it was on the review. And then the rest of it was on Comic Book Weekly. So especially with what I'm seeing with Tom Taylor, I'm probably going to be reviewing and I'm definitely going to be reading volume 2. Let me put it that way, Tevi. I will definitely be reading volume 2. So I will definitely be collecting it, and thus I will definitely be reviewing it. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. I'm kind of excited, especially because everybody's grown up. So now John Kent is Superman, the new year. Yeah, great. The new Superman, and Damian is the new Batman. So I'm curious and interested. And then also Oliver's son is the new Green Arrow. His mom is still a Green Lantern. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing what's gone on. I mean, it's been years later, so we'll see. We will see what happens, and I will definitely be there for it. There's a lot of books I'm interested in. As a matter of fact, this week alone, I remember I was talking about this on the comic review, that ever since I started, not counting last week where I only had about 8 books, my book pile has been getting bigger and bigger. Well, this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. I have 22 books. I haven't had 22 books to read in a very long time, and it feels good. It feels so good. And the thing is, I'm not reading them out of necessity. I'm reading them because I am legitimately interested in every single book I just counted off to all of you. See sequel, Looks really awesome. Badass. It gives me hope for John and Damian. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in them taking up the mantle. Yes. Okay. So I'm interested in seeing them take up the mantle. I would be interested in seeing it in a few, like they're doing the Super Sons. It'd be interested to see a Elseworld tale where they become Superman and Batman, and it's not in the deceased universe. I would read it. I absolutely would read it. But I'm happy with the 22 books that I'm reading, and I'm hoping I read all 22 before the comic review. If I don't, whatever I get up to by Sunday night, Monday morning, I will be putting those into the review. That being said, let's hope if I do get all 22 read that I'm able to edit this video together. And I'm definitely going to have to be very brief in my reviews because even at a minute per book, that's still 22 minutes. And I'm trying to get better at my timing when it comes to reviews. And I noticed the more books I have, the longer the review is. So we'll work it out. We'll figure it out as time moves on. But I'm excited to read all 22 of them nonetheless. And we do have the comic book group. We do have Dark Avenger Nation on Facebook now, which is, I will not be spotlighting that, Tevia, but I agree that I believe that he is on a lot of books, maybe too many. Maybe he needs to scale back. All right, you know what? I'll do it. Bendis on Superman and Legion of Superheroes. I'm not reading Superman right now, which I know it's a shocker for a person like myself, because that's what got me into comics, and I've read Superman my entire life since I was 11. But at the moment, I'm not agreeing with the path that Superman's going on. I think when it comes to Bendis, scaling back his books would not be a bad thing. But I've loved a lot of Bendis's work in the past, and I feel like there might be a method to his madness with Superman. Who knows? I guess we'll find out as time moves on, but I'm not really interested in his run with Superman right now. And when it comes to Legion of Superheroes, I'm not really as invested in that as well. His Young Justice, honestly, we got to get away from this multiverse jumping. And this isn't Bendis. This would be any writer. We've seen so much of the DC multiverse at this point that I feel like I want Young Justice to just be Young Justice. So maybe when we finish the universe hopping arc we're on now, things will get better. We'll see. Don't agree with Tim being Drake. It's weird. It doesn't really fit his character. Red Robin, both of those fit who Tim is. So I'm hoping that in a future arc it will change. He'll change back to Red Robin, or maybe down the line somewhere he'll become Robin again. Drake definitely does not fit his character, my opinion. And I've been reading Tim for many years. He actually, just like Wally West was my Flash, Tim Drake was my Robin up until the introduction of Damian Wayne. And when Damian Wayne was introduced to the world, man, I remember reading Damian Wayne and I was like, this kid is a brat. Oh my God, I can't believe he's Robin. I remember saying that all those years ago, that, I can't believe they kind of gave Tim the boot. And then they had that event where Batman was sent back in time and Dick became Batman for a time. You all remember Infinite Crisis, right? And I was like, oh, God. But, I like it because the relationship between Dick and Damian was formed in that Grant Morrison, not the Grant Morrison, that was Bruce and Damian. The relationship between Dick and Damian after that event really got strong. Damian was Dick's Robin, and that was because he felt that Tim and him were too much on an even field, that he couldn't use Tim as his sidekick because they were on the same level. Was it Final Crisis? It might have been Final Crisis. There were so many crises that went on at that time, Tevia. There was Identity Crisis. There was Infinite Crisis. There was Final Crisis, which wasn't the Final Crisis. Now I have a tickle in my throat. We got Black Knight in the comments. What is up, my friend? Welcome in. Welcome. For some reason, I got a tickle in my throat just then. Might be that I got that lump in my throat from when we first met Damian Wayne. Final Crisis was Bruce Wayne actually died. Yeah, he didn't die. He was sent back in time. It was thought that he died, but in reality, he was just back in time and slowly moving forward back to his proper time. And as he was moving forward, he was bringing a dark energy with him. That was an interesting mini. And ironically, that mini was going on at the exact same time that Steve Rogers was traveling from the past back to present day, because the bullet he was shot with didn't kill him. It sent him back into the past as well. So for some reason, Batman and Steve Rogers were thought to be killed, but in reality, they were sent back in time instead. And it was kind of weird that it was parallel happening at the same time in DC and Marvel, that they were bringing back Batman, who was only gone for about a year, and they were bringing back Steve Rogers, who was gone for many years. So I like that parallel, and I think I talked about that a little bit. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, this was after. I think this was after Blackest Night. I'm almost positive. I'm trying to get my timetable together right now with DC, and it's hard, but it's cool that it was back to back like that. That they were both returning. No, it was before my comic reviews, because I did the teaser for this channel, and I talked about Batman coming back and Steve Rogers coming back. So it was fun having that parallel, though, that they were both returning at the exact same time. Then we got Cry for Justice, right? So I didn't want to lose myself like I just did, but which is your favorite Crisis? Mine is Infinite Crisis. Oh, hands down, Black Knight. Hands down. Infinite Crisis. No, Crisis on Infinite. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Crisis on Infinite Earths was one of my favorite, because it had the most ramifications in the DC universe. We got introduced to the multiverse through Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then we also were brought into what up, Brant? Wow, that's a new one. What up, Chris? What up, Brant? We're talking about crises right now. I like Crisis on Infinite Earths because after the crisis ended, so much changed it was the first time ever DC changed their entire status quo. And while I know a lot of people don't like I hope I say his name right now, John Byrne, was it? His take with Man of Steel, the miniseries that then led into the new status quo for Superman. While I like the new ideas they had for Superman, bringing the Kents to life, keeping them alive instead of them dying. I did kind of miss that they got rid of the Superboy aspect. Given the world is, well, we talked about that earlier, Brad, actually, too. That's the funny thing. We actually were talking about that. But I didn't like that we lost Superboy, but at the time, it was because of the Siegel-Schuster family lawsuit that we lost Superboy. And instead, it was literally he went from being Clark Kent. It was Smallville, basically. He went from being Clark Kent to an adult where he became Superman. And I like the Man of Steel miniseries that we got back in 1986. And I'm not just saying that because I was born during that exact time period. I did love Identity Crisis. That was another good one. That definitely is up there in my top 3 because, A, it wasn't a Crisis on Infinite Earths kind of thing. It was more along the lines of, we did lose Blue Beetle first, but Sue Dibney died. And we didn't know who it was, and it was this big murder mystery, and it's like it kept you guessing all the way through until the end. And then when it was revealed who did it and that it was an accident, and it led into so much, it was so dark, and it was like, wow. And it turned out to be the Atom's wife of all people, and it involved Dr. Light. And at first they thought it was Dr. Light because there was this situation where they actually introduced, and I hate saying this word, but I'll say it, but they introduced rape, that this actually happened in the back in the Justice League time, where Dr. Light found a way onto the Watchtower, and he did horrible things to, to Sue, and everybody thought he remembered, and that's why he was the one that killed her, and it turned out it wasn't him, it was totally somebody else. It was crazy, but I loved it. It was good. It was good. I will say that. That sounds familiar. Reminds me of Heroes in Crisis. Heroes of Crisis. No, Heroes in Crisis was very different, Tevia. It was a mystery. It just it lost steam halfway through, and it never gained it back. I love all the Infinite Crisis Aftermath books, Shadow Packs. Oh yes, I agree. Secret Six was strong, and I'm very sad that we lost it when New 52 started. I did like Secret Six. Checkmate was another good one, and that led into I'm sorry, I looked the wrong way. That led into the countdown to Infinite Crisis where we lost Blue Beetle. Yes, it was better than Heroes in Crisis, definitely. I understand what you mean, Tevia, that there was a death or several deaths in Heroes in Crisis as opposed to the one death in Identity Crisis. I feel like Identity Crisis did a better job with the mystery and keeping us guessing, and I'm sorry, but the payoff at the end, I feel, was a lot better than the payoff we got with Heroes in Crisis, because honestly, the payoff was kind of let's just say, look where Wally is now. And let's look at back where Adam's wife was, whose name left my mind. I can't believe I forgot what her name was. I mean, she ended up being the new Eclipso for a while. So, Secret Six was good. Shadow Pact, I never read. I should get the trade for that. It was good at first, and then I lost interest. Oh, well, I've heard of it. A lot of people talk about it. I can't get this stupid tickle out of my throat. Ever since I talked about Damien, I shouldn't talk bad about Damien. I feel like he's watching me. Linda, right. Linda, last name. Linda, last name. Oh, God. Linda Cord. That's right. Linda Cord. Right. It was Ted Cord's wife. So it was crazy, though. And I feel like the payoff for Identity Crisis was a lot better than the payoff we got for I got somebody else. Junkie Funky 20. You spoiled it for me. Dude, if you're talking about, my friend, if you are talking about, first of all, welcome to Dark Avenger Gaming. Welcome to Dark Avenger Live. If you're talking about Identity Crisis is old. Very old. Years. I think we're close to a decade. Is it? Or more? I'm trying to see. The countdown happened right after. I don't know, but it's been Linda Park. Oh, Park. Thank you. And Brand said Park before that. Linda Park. Sorry, I have, like I said, two chats because for some reason I don't have my Twitch chat on here. I can only see it through here. Oh, we got Xeno Simmer also on Dark Avenger Gaming. Welcome in, Xeno Simmer. Welcome. Oh, what? No, not Linda Park. Wait, no, not Linda Park. Okay, somebody who is able to check it out, find out, and correct me or correct us or let us know. Somebody look it up on the computer and please let me know. But before we find that out, Jean Loring? Oh, no. Was it Jean Loring? Okay, now I'm going to look up Ted Cord's wife. Blue Beetle. Oh, Blue Beetle. That was. I'm okay. Ted Cord is the Blue Beetle. I used the wrong name, so I was thinking Linda Cord. Wow. Linda Palmer. Ray Palmer's wife. Thank you, Black Knight. I wasn't thinking Ray Palmer. I was thinking Ted Cord. I was yeah, okay, yep, Linda, yep. Now it all is coming together. I got Pokemon Shield on Monday, and I got Shining. Oh, that's cool, man. Congratulations. Wow. No, is Linda Palmer. We were half right. It was just Palmer instead of Park. So, anyway, besides the point, and I think the person who was saying I spoiled them was just here and trolling and then left. That was mine. Mine was definitely Crisis on Infinite Earths first, but I did love Identity Crisis. Infinite Crisis was interesting, but it brought Superboy back, so I have to say I like that because we lost Superboy during the Crisis before that. No, Infinite Crisis, we lost him. Final Crisis, we got him back. So Final Crisis is the one that I liked because we got Superboy back, and it also brought Wally back because Wally, something happened to him during Final Crisis, and then we got Wally West back. Whoop, what's this? Oh, I knew that already. So, Jean Loring was Ray Palmer's ex-wife. Then Flashpoint happened and ruined. Well, we're not talking about Flashpoint. That's not a crisis. I wouldn't consider Flashpoint a crisis. That was more a Flash event that turned into a world-changing event, so to speak. So, going back now to what I was talking about, because I literally went all across the spectrum. I'm sorry, everyone. I did go. I wanted to have this more of a cohesive live stream, and I went all across the world and back again. So, as far as the channel is concerned, I'm going to bring this all back. I'm going to re-loop around to what I was saying. Convergence, I don't think that wasn't an Identity or Infinite Crisis. It was nothing. It was just literally pieces of the DC history strung together for no reason except for the fact that it brought the original Superman into the New 52 universe just to end up taking the New 52 Superman's place when they find out that the New 52, basically he negated the New 52 Superman. Convergence itself did nothing as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm just going to go on Twitch a moment, but I'm going to continue talking while I block a fool right now. But anyway, I would definitely say that the channel has been through many different, the channel's been through a lot, and I don't think I can. Great. I'll have to do it later. We have a real interesting fool trying to be, oh, I can do it this way. Boom. Spam. Boom. Did it work? Yep, it worked. Okay. We had a spam bot on Twitch. Convergence was not a crisis. It was a fire. It was a fire. The Lois and Clark series was very good. All right. Back to the channel. Full circle. We're back at the channel again. And I know that I wasn't in the mindset I should have been for several years. And again, I say read the article because I said a lot in there that I don't want to repeat the whole article here. But things are definitely getting back to normal for me now for multiple reasons. The negative side to what was going on and what was making me feel more negative than I should is no longer part of my life, as well as the passion has kind of been reignited because of that, because there's no two forces working for and against it anymore. There's just forces working for it. My creativity ever since last year has been on a spike and an all-time high. I don't feel like I owe it's weird to say it, but I felt like I always had to owe an explanation for things I wanted to do, or else it didn't feel like it was justified. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like I'm doing my own thing. And for the first time, and I'd like to say about 5 years, could be a little less, could be a little more, give or take a year or so. No, give or take 1 year. It's either 6 years or 4 years. For the first time in a very long time, I am super excited again. I feel that my energies as far as creating and doing stuff on Dark Avenger things are a million times better. And I feel like back when I first started this channel, let me put it that way. If not, I feel more driven now than I did before. But the one thing that I always wanted for this channel is something that I lost sight of a while ago, and I apologize for that because I know it's why a lot of people left the channel. It's why a lot of people stopped watching the videos, because they felt the I don't want to say they felt the passion leave, but they definitely felt the tensions and stuff that were on my end. And I apologize for all of the craziness that happened on this channel throughout the years. And I hope in the coming year, in the coming months, I am able, through not just saying I'm sorry and everything's going to be better, showing that things are better and improving and growing, not just this show, not just the Dark Avenger comic book review, but other things that will be coming back, starting those up. I'm hoping through the growth, through the returning of series that everyone who first came to this channel came to know and love, as those shows start to come back and come back in their own special new way. You know, it's 2020. I started this channel about 11 years ago. So as new stuff, as new old stuff starts to come back, hopefully it will bring people who used to be attracted to this channel back. Hopefully it'll bring newer people to the channel. And then on top of that, we have the Dark Avenger Nation, which I started talking about earlier. Again, this whole live show is a mishmash. Why the hell are you guys here? Why are you here? Why are you watching me? What is this? So thumbs down. No, don't thumbs down, please. Thumbs up. The Dark Avenger Nation is a group channel I started maybe 2 weeks ago. I thought when I created the Dark Avenger C86 page on Facebook that it was a group. It wasn't. And thanks to Mike Spiderslayer, I found that out because the Webheads, the Comic Corner 2.0 Webheads group, when I noticed how different it was, and I'm like, I wanted my group to look like that. How did Mike do it? And then I realized, oh, I created a page. I didn't create a group. So really quickly, I got rid of the page and created the Dark Avenger Nation group, which I'm hoping as time moves on, we get a nice conversation started. It definitely is a Discord. If anything, I like it for comic books a lot more. Discord is more for video games. I will say that. I did keep the Discord, my Dark Avenger Discord, but that is strictly for Dark Avenger gaming. Yeah, it was a major, as Tevia said. Oops. So I do have the Dark Avenger Gaming Discord. So, I mean, anybody who likes talking video games, you're welcome to join that community. But I feel like the Dark Avenger Nation YouTube group is definitely the place to be if you want to talk comic books and stuff. I've already done 2 exclusive live streams in the group. I was going to do one today, but due to the fact that in the morning it was raining and then the rest of the day was just like going to multiple stores just to find certain groceries I needed for the house. Yeah, I unfortunately was not able to do a live stream. I wanted to live stream on the group just to say, hey, Dark Avenger Live's back, and we're going to, and just talk it out with whoever was on Facebook for a little while. But if you have Facebook, which I know 99% of the world does have, definitely consider joining Dark Avenger Nation. And good news, the link is live and it's active in the description of this video, this live stream right now. If you're watching on Dark Avenger Gaming, however, on Twitch, go over to YouTube, go to Dark Avenger C86. I'm live on Dark Avenger C86 right now. The link is right there for the Dark Avenger Nation. So you can join the Dark Avenger Nation today. Come in, talk with us about comics. I allow that every member of the group, once approved, can post any news piece or whatever. We can discuss comics in a not angry way. Tevia, I love you, man. And I'm just saying, I'm just stating, it's a positive. Let's talk about comics. Let's discuss the news. Let's discuss things that are coming out. Let's, I'll have a live stream once in a while. Maybe I'll live stream a couple of those 22 books so I don't have so many on the Dark Avenger comic book review. I don't know. As time moves forward, we'll do more with the group, I'm hoping. But, come join the Dark Avenger Nation. And then also, I just mentioned Mike Spiderslayer's Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads. You can go join that as well. That group has been active for quite some time, so there's a little bit more activity in there right now. I'm hoping that Dark Avenger Nation will become as active as the Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads group, and that's the goal for the group. And as time moves on, and as we get through these very, very tough times in the next couple of months or the next several weeks, hopefully as time gets better, as things get better in the world, I'll be able to expand and do all the other series I wanted to do. The one series at least that takes place outside of this house. Hopefully I'll be able to start that sooner rather than later. Again, we have to play that by ear with what's going on in the world. Of course, 2020 being the year of growth and the year where I really want to start, I want to pick things up and really take them to new heights. This is the year where this new type of sickness is going around and everybody's going absolutely nuts for toilet paper all of a sudden. Seriously, everybody, don't hoard the stuff. Allow for everyone to get a piece of whatever it is that you're buying. Only buy what you need. Supplies are always going to be out there. Now they're not because everybody bought them up, but if everybody didn't start hoarding, the supplies would have been there no matter what, instead of just buying it all. And now the poor companies have to work like triple, double, quadruple overtime to catch up and put products out because people have like literally hoarded it all to death. We got It's Just Rez. What's up? It's Just Rez. Golden Darkness. I like your beard. It's not really a beard. It's more of a shadow, and I still got to shave this off. Every time I do a live show, and I notice this. Every time I do a live show, I'm like, I have to remember to shave, at least if I don't want to shave it all, to shave here. And every time I forget. Corona is all about, yeah, Corona definitely has been kicking some butt lately. I will say that it has. But every time I do a live stream, I forget this. Every so often, I gotta make a sticky note for myself. So the Just Rez and Golden Darkness, welcome to Dark Avenger Gaming. This is Dark Avenger Live though, which is simulcasting on Dark Avenger Gaming, which I will be doing some game streams after this. And it's also streaming on my comic book YouTube channel, Dark Avenger C86. Dark Avenger Live is a comic-centric live show with video games, media, and news across the board, and also just random chit-chat. This is the show where I sit down with everybody in my chat and just talk about whatever, wherever. Do I like you? I just met you. So if you run out of toilet paper, just use anything written. Well, that's just mean. That's mean, but I will agree about the John Romita Jr. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say it, but I will. John Romita Jr. I totally agree about John Romita Jr. Definitely. Yeah, so this is a show where I like to get together. Let me reintroduce this show to anybody who's new, because I see we're getting new people on Melissa. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Melisae. Hello, welcome into the stream. Welcome. We got a lot of new people on Twitch. I'm very happy about that. We might have to simulcast this all the time on Dark Avenger C86 on YouTube and Twitch. What do you guys think on YouTube? You guys mind that we're on Twitch too? I don't know. But John Romita Jr. artwork sucks, definitely. Whoa. What's good? Mirkan Baba? Mirkan Baba? I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm saying any. I'm probably saying a lot of these names wrong. But welcome in. We got people. We got people in stream talking. Well, how about that? People are laughing. I'm just making a fool of myself. You made me a anime character. I did. Speaking of anime, though, I don't know if anybody's watched Demon Slayer anime-wise. Any of my fans anime fans in my chat on YouTube or on Twitch. This is the first time Dark Avenger Live's been on Twitch, and I think, how many new people have we added to the chat so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new people on Twitch. Hopefully you subscribe, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The one thing that won't happen, that I'm stupid and I should have actually put it up here because it could have happened on here. Anyone who follows, anyone who subscribes to the channel, I thank you in advance. I don't get the notifications on here because I'm using StreamYard and this is the regular chat. I'm on the chat on Twitch, so I don't see any notifications. So anybody new here who hasn't followed, I hope you do. I do Dark Avenger Live on YouTube. I just now moved it to Twitch, and I also stream a lot of games. You can check that out in my videos. I do Sea of Thieves. I do Fortnite. I do a wide variety of games. I actually got to get back to doing that wide variety instead of literally just 3 games, Division 2, Fortnite, and Sea of Thieves. But I do love Sea of Thieves. That's one game that I think no matter what, the world can go to hell. And if they put those 3 games in front of me, Division 2, Sea of Thieves, and Fortnite, I'd always pick Sea of Thieves. And somebody did say, I've seen it. What's your favorite color? Ooh, are you good at Fortnite? Okay, let's go. Let's go in that. Let's go in an order, first of all. You've seen Demon Slayer. I might get the manga. I saw somebody recommended the manga, and I actually am thinking about starting with the manga because I don't think that the anime is in America yet. My favorite color has morphed so many times. As a kid, my favorite color was green. Nowadays, my favorite color goes to red and blue. And are you good at Fortnite? Do you want the truth or you want me to lie? I am the best at Fortnite. MLG waifu tier. I suck. But I have gotten wins. That's the important thing. So, like I was saying, and again, welcome into everybody on Twitch. And I'm sorry to everybody on YouTube. Again, I've got 2 chats going on, and unfortunately, I have to do this. I have to find a way to get around it. What should I write about in my newsletter? Well, Brant, you tell me. What should you write about in your newsletter? I still have to do my new newsletter, which, by the way, Shooting Star Press's newsletter is live. And if you're on YouTube, it's in the description below. Pro Shima Playa. If funny, we have the same face colors, but I also went through phase black phase. You fixed it to fave. Yeah, I think we talked about favorite colors before, Brant, and we kind of do the same thing. But I'm apologizing. I have 2 chats because apparently StreamYard just does not want to combine the chats. But the newsletter, Shooting Star Presses, is live, and I believe it went out, the first one. Second one is going to be next month. It's a monthly newsletter for now. There is room to grow, and there is definitely you're welcome to mention or talk to myself, Brant, Last Ember Press. You're welcome to send an email. You're welcome to let us know if you want it more often. We'll see. But otherwise, until that time, it is a once-a-month newsletter written by myself where I'm talking about everything going on in the Shooting Star universe. And the Shooting Star universe is an encompass of everything I do online. YouTube, Twitch, especially 529U and the comic book Celestial Falcon that myself and Brant, this guy right here, co-write together. So, and speaking of Celestial Falcon issue number 1's deluxe edition, we're getting ready. It's getting ready. And issue 2 is going to Kickstarter this year. So look forward to that. But yes, all things writing, internet, social media wise, everything like that, plus exclusive written pieces are in the Shooting Star Press's newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed already, definitely do. And then also subscribe to the Last Ember newsletter, the one that Brant has no clue what he's going to write about tonight. And find out what Brant's going to write about in the Around the Fire newsletter. Around the Campfire newsletter. You can go over to Last Ember Press and sign up today. Brant puts out a newsletter each and every week, and it's super, super entertaining to read. I love it. But definitely go check that out. So what's going to be happening from this point on? Well, I wish I could say a lot because of, I do have a lot of things I am going to be doing this year. Unfortunately, due to the fact of unforeseen circumstances and disease and virus circumstances, some things are going to have to be put on hold, not by my choice, but because the world is apparently going through an apocalypse right now. It's a temporary apocalypse, thank God for that, but it is still an apocalypse. So I don't know why I'm calling it apocalypse the way I'm doing, but anyway, the world's going through hell right now, and you're welcome, Brant. So until the world stops going through hell and I'm able to do the project I had in mind, the 3rd show for this channel, we're going to be sticking to the Dark Avenger comic book review on Monday.
Dark Avenger Live on Friday. And then next week, I'm going to be doing 3 videos talking about the previews for DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and the general previews for books coming out in June of 2020. And then we'll see as time moves on, as we move forward, what else is going to be possibly returning to the channel. I'm very excited about that. I hope all of you are excited about that. And if you're watching on Dark Avenger Gaming, you're not safe either. Hold on a minute. Let's see if I could put something up real quick. See if I can get a image up really quick. I probably can. Yes, there it is. Get your butt up here. I'm sorry, I'm downloading the image. Something's going on Dark Avenger Gaming, and it's this. On Dark Avenger Gaming on Twitch right now, chaos is coming. What could this mean? I know what it could mean. I know what it does mean. But now you have to find out what that means. And you all will find out on Dark Avenger Gaming as time moves forward. So there's really fun stuff going on Dark Avenger C86 right now. There's a lot of fun stuff that's going on Dark Avenger Gaming. Ryan, got to go. Have a good one. Thank you for showing up, my friend. Thank you for sitting in and having a good time. I think I'm going to title the newsletter this week, Where's the Toilet? You know what you should do? If you remember Pirates of the Caribbean, why is the rum gone? Why is the toilet paper gone? And just get a picture of Jack Sparrow and put like toilet paper around him or something. That would be hilarious. Sounds chaotic. Brant's on both places at the same time. And for some reason his name is in pink on Twitch. So I'm just saying. But why is the toilet paper gone is a good one. You'll also see some stuff behind me. I have some new things that I found that I might be doing a spotlight on. I did do a spotlight series before. Maybe I'll spotlight some of this stuff now. I didn't take any pictures on Instagram yet, but this is a good time to say, if you haven't followed me on social media yet, Twitter, Instagram, both Dark Avenger C86, Dark Avenger Gaming on Twitch, Dark Avenger C86 on YouTube. Main channel is my name, just Chris DeBudwo. Or you can just go on to Dark Avenger C86, click more channels, and you will have the whole, or even better, you can go to shootingstaruniverse.com, my website, which literally has all my social media, all my YouTube channels, and it has my Twitch channel. And you can get connected to everything I do, plus get the exclusive written posts I do right on that site, just like the Why I Brought My Comic Reviews post I put up yesterday. So there's a lot of exclusive stuff everywhere, but the one place you should always check out first and foremost is shootingstaruniverse.com. But with that being said, also, like I said, words are one thing, actions are another when it comes to Dark Avenger C86, and I hope that through my actions, you all will see, and it will bring some of you back to the channel, and it will get this channel back on the path it was on 5 years ago before I completely and utterly screwed it up. I didn't say the F word. I thought I was. I really thought I was, but I didn't. I was good. Brant's probably proud of me right now, but yes. So to everybody on Twitch, because I'm going to start rounding out the show. I'm not ending it. I know when somebody says it's finishing up the show, people start to leave. I'm going to start rounding it out. And I'm going to start with Twitch. Thank you to all the new people who did pop in. We had a few interesting people who popped in throughout the new. This is the first time I've ever actually streamed a show on Twitch. So thank you to everybody who came out, all the new people. I don't know if I was somehow invaded or if I literally just putting up the just chatting. I know just chatting for some reason brings a lot of people to Twitch. Brings people to watch the show. For some reason, though, I think everybody's left on Twitch, except for one viewer. But I do still want to thank everybody who popped in over there. I want to thank all of you on YouTube who popped in. I really thought that I was probably going to be doing the show myself mostly, because it's the first time Dark Avenger Live's been back since... Jeez. Did I even do one for the holiday? I don't think I did. I think the last Dark Avenger Live I did was right after 500. And after that, I think I did maybe one or two more. And that was it. So I didn't think that many people would show up for Dark Avenger Live, so I'm honored that the amount of people who did show up did. I think we're going to simulcast this from now on both YouTube and Twitch, but I'm going to try to find a way that I don't have to look in multiple places like this for chat. But I want to thank everybody who is here. I'm sorry that this was all across the board and back again. That's honestly normally not how this show runs. I do try to keep it on a strong format, but I feel like there was so much to talk about, and then we also have all the other crazy stuff going on in the world, and then we also have the returning stuff and all the other crazy things going on, that this was a crazy show. So if by some act of God you all followed along from beginning to end, you good. You very good. Congratulations, and I'm glad you survived the experience. I am, and thanks for the title. Well, good. Brent's using the title, so I get credit for that in his newsletter. I want credit for that in the newsletter, especially because if Jack Sparrow sees it, I want him to know who did it. It was this guy. I gave him the idea. So with that being said, I want to thank you all again for showing up. I will be doing some stuff over on Twitch if you're interested in gaming. Definitely switch over to Dark Avenger Gaming. I might be a little bit before I start, but I will be on there. Anyone who's on Dark Avenger Gaming, unless my viewership is incorrect, hopefully you will pop back in for probably it's going to be Sea of Thieves. It's 10:24. Probably have a good 2 hours left of me before I need to take a nice little rest or something because I've been up long hours. So look forward to that. All right, take care, Tevya. Keep up the great work with the channel, bro. Thank you so much, Black Knight. Thank you for joining the group, and thank you for joining the journey right here on YouTube. I really appreciate that, and hopefully you'll enjoy all the new returning. I have to make sure I say returning because I swore I'd do nothing brand new on the channel that I haven't done before, either here or on Comic Frontline. So all the new returning content as we move forward, and everybody just stay safe out there. And stop hoarding. Please do. Allow for everybody such as myself to just have our normal amount of whatever, whether it be macaroni or toilet paper or tissues or paper towels, what have you. You don't need a palace of paper right now. That's not going anywhere. And if you're going to stay at home, order. Well, I shouldn't say that because Amazon sold out too. So yeah. So just don't hoard it. Allow everybody to have some. Love each other and love those around you because we are all we have, the human race, and we're killing each other right now. Stop it, please. And as far as this week, I didn't even get to talk about this week's books at all, but I will say I did read a nice amount of books. Like I said, I had 22 books. I have not been let down by a single book I read yet. So this is going to be a really fun, positive week so far. I haven't read as many. I had 22 books. Out of those 22, I think I've read like 5 or 6. Nothing but positive waves so far. I've been enjoying everything I read. So it's going to be a fun time trying to pick a top 5 out of 22 books. And my wallet put a hit out on Mike Spider Slayer because this is the 3rd book he's recommended to me that I got interested in, and that's Avengers of the Wasteland. I know everybody started talking about it. I saw issue 3, so I was like, oh boy, I'll read it. Probably still won't like it. I liked it. I love you, Mike, but my wallet wants to kill you because I actually got the 3 single issues because it's a mini series. I think it's a 6-issue mini series, so there's only 3 more issues left after this. Mike, my wallet has connections. Run. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you all really soon in the next video on here on YouTube, the next stream over on Twitch, and I'll also see you really soon in the Dark Avenger Nation group on Facebook. Have a great weekend, everyone.